Howdy, howdy. It's Comatos, and I got a nice little meme for us. Vulkan was just on sale. I've heard complaints that Smack Whack Attack has too many legendaries in it, at like 9 legendaries, 10 including the Warlord. So here's something a little more timid and even more memey. It's Vulkan's Wrath. What is Vulkan's Wrath? It is optimizing Emperor's Wrath. Draw and put in play 3 Astartes from your deck that cost 4 or less, give them drop pod. I was rooting for this to win because it seemed like a fun card. And here is the perfect example of how there are 2 good legions, in my opinion, maybe 3. Definitely Space Wolves, definitely Vulkan or Salamanders, and maybe Iron Warriors. And the goal that optimizes Emperor's Wrath is having as many good 4, 5, and 6 energy troops. Why 5 and 6 when it's 4 or less? Turns out, Jewel of Ultramar finally finds its use. You can reduce the cost of all infantry and Astartes, keyword Astartes, in your deck by 1. So if you play one of these, all of your 5 cost Astartes become Emperor's Wrathable, and if you can pop 2 off, so do your 6s. So let's just go through here. What you're going to see is only a small handful of tactics, couple of war rooms, and then some super late game fun, and the jewels, of course, and lots of Astartes. So, Vulkan himself is the beefiest warlord in the game with 40 health, survivor 5, only guy that totals up to 45. And if you have no troops in play, you put a 2-1 with survivor 1 into play. Otherwise, you put a teaching in your hand. General gameplay, you want to maximize the hunters. The teachings are more situational. It's kind of random. I prefer the 2-1s. Anatar. Sacrifice destroy an enemy troop. This just, although it's, for one, there's no 2 energy cost in this deck, because energy turn 2, you're going to play Warlord power. So the curve starts 3 and up. And it's okay to have a couple 3s sprinkled into your Wrath, so long as they're good 3s. If it's Space Wolves, you're doing the 3-4 Bloodthirst, kind of shenanigans. Or, if you are here, sacrifice destroy an enemy troop. Because with the drop pod, it's very unlikely to die, and if it's late game, that's a great way to clear your enemy board. Chaplain Xavier, hopefully you get to play this from your hand and not through Wrath, but if you do, that's okay. It has sacrifice to put it back to your hand to then play it to yada yada. So, War Room, the best energy turn 3 option possible, and we're going to see some games where this is going to fetch Jewels, it's going to fetch Emperor's Wrath, and it's even going to grab Uda Drake or Don, like this on energy turn 5. Oh, alrighty, we got Atok. I like the 4 energy frontline. It's a great 4 energy in case you don't get any jewels off before you pop off Emperor's Wrath. And that frontline with drop pod means that they have to bash into this one first with its drop pod, then they have to kill it, then they have to get to the other drop pods. It's just also just a good energy turn 4 to stall out, waiting for this, late game tactic win. Where are we? Barrack, Zytos. Sacrifice, frontline, same shtick. Great 5-cost troop in general, 5 for 4, 5, frontline. Sacrifice to stun an enemy is cool. I don't think I'll ever get it off, but again, when you get it out with Emperor's Wrath, lots of fun. Dalor Squad. Oh, I love this 5. 5 for 5, 3, survivor 2. So much value. You can almost get off 10 damage with this every game. It's so great until it's, insta-destroyed. Ah, yes, the 4-4, survivor 1, sacrifice, heal 3. Just a good way to stall the game a little extra longer. Great 5-option pick. Good thing to throw down and just make your enemy hate. Vulkan Squad. This one is 3-5 for survivor 2, 2 energy, deal 4 damage. There'll be times where this guy is useful just to kill something off or to set him up for Pyroclasts, and we're going to see some of that. Jewel of Ultramar. We've gone into this. It reduces everything by 1. Even if you don't ever play Emperor's Wrath, Jewel of Ultramar in this deck is enough to win. There are some games where I just choose not to play the Wrath, because what I have in my hand is either reduced or perfect to counter the situation. Zythan Pyroclast. 2 damage to an enemy and its adjacent units. If it dies, act again. So if this guy can live the turn, and if you can put something into lethal, you can just wipe the whole enemy board and clear all the stealth. It's good stuff. Captain Usabias. I thought this would be a fun one. It meets the 6 Astarte standard, and because when you Emperor's Wrath, you're going to have a whole bunch of troops out, I thought it would be hilarious to be able to bash in with this and give +2/+2 to all the other ones from Emperor's Wrath, plus whatever you've played immediately following, which would be energy turn 10 or 8, depending. So, good stuff. Fire Drakes. I just like this troop. It's 7 for a 6/5 Survivor 3 Battle Honor, gain 2. Your enemy is going to have to throw some Destroy Insta on this, otherwise it's really going to make their life a living heck, or they're going to spend everything they have to get rid of it off the board, and if they don't stun it or, handle it, it's just going to kill and kill and kill. It's its own little win con if you get lucky. Ooh, Dracul. Yeah. I wanted to try to make a budget Vulkan, but it's hard to not have these hammers, especially with him. With all that health, destroying troops instantly is amazing. Super valuable. Emperor's Wrath. We've talked about it. Dawnbringer. Also fun. Not as good as Dracul. You could more importantly have this than this. But this is also great because, well, let's see. You can make everything that attacks your warlord take 4 damage. You can cleave for the stealth units or just lobbies. You can deal 4 damage to the enemy warlord. If you have bolt, it's just good. Now, Forge Father to Kel, honestly, I needed 1 more card, and I just kind of threw it in. It's not really required. You could probably replace this with your favorite Apotheosis or anything if you're pleasing. We're going to watch these matches and see if it actually ever comes in handy. So, enough of all that. So, how did it do? Let's see. I won, oh wow, on the 1, 2, 3, and then lost to a very obnoxious Conrad. Now that Magnus no longer has Anthema or whatnot, this is my new favorite to hate on. And then this was a different Vulkan build. I gave up. Then I made this one. So we're gonna beat lots of Vulkans, because Vulkan was the name of the day. Couple of Sauls, and then Sanguinius. Let's enjoy.
Behold, the flames.
Look at this opening hand. I think some of these games I just win due to sheer draw luck, but curve-wise, I don't know. 3, 3. Oof. But this will be nice. See, get that nice 2-1 out. Means that I can deal 4 damage to the board. How did he do that first turn? He dropped Abandoned Supplies. Good for him. Absolutely War Room first. Boom! This versus Survivor, game over, man. It's just gonna be a snowball after energy turn 5. And bash away. So what do I know? I know he's gonna do 2 damage to the board because he wants to. I'm not gonna play a troop. Therefore, I'm gonna drop the War Room. Hey, look at that! Emperor's Wrath for 7. Now next turn, I can drop the ukulele, and then El Kabong him, and that will instantly take that troop out. Oh, give it Survivor. Yeah. I'm so sorry, buddy. Bash. Sometimes I forget that I've buffed myself with that. I don't think it's going to come into play until like the second to last game, but I make some bad attack choices when I forget that, so I think this game I'm on point. Did you guess what I'm going to do? Goodbye, whole 6 energy troop. Time to get the snowball going. So why this pick? I have so many great options. Honestly, it was the most offensive choice I had. I guess I could have pyroclasted, but I didn't want... I have so much energy in hand, I know I'm not going to use the ability, so I'm not going to play this when I know I'm not going to use that ability. I want to play this, ideally. Although I'm actually not going to. Also, I do make a hammer mistake. I could have just killed him and then hit him for 4. Instead, I suicided, giving myself a little heal, which, to be fair, that has its merit. I don't deal 4 damage, but I do heal 3, and I put him in zone to do it again. And with Survivor, he'll be able to do it again. So, there's lots of perks here. Although I'm pretty sure this fellow's about to die. Due to Storm Eagle. There we go. Could have just stunned it. But I guess face bashing and killing it's safer in case I heal, stun it, and bash away. He doesn't want to see that pop up over and over. Alrighty, so that does the full board damage. I don't want to take 6, and I can heal 3, so cool. I can bash that off. So I'm playing a little defensively. I have a big full hand. Oh, I remember. I'm not dropping Wrath yet because I haven't gotten off any reduction, honestly. And it just didn't seem worth it yet without the reduction when I have such a beautiful hand of troops. So I'm holding on, waiting for that deck reduction. Okay. Now I do have a hammer in me. That's gone. Let's see if I remember this time. Gotta remember your Warlord buffs. Just because you don't see a little relentless symbol or something doesn't mean it there. Boom. Good. Flap. He bows out. I was probably about to play Mr. 5 there just to max out the curve. I already had some front line. So, didn't even get to drop the meme. I'm pretty sure I'm going to in several of these, so don't worry. Don't worry. Too high. Get rid of it. Wants 3s. Double jewel. Okay. Okay.
For honor.
For Unar. What do we got for voice lines? This is... Oh, look. Energy. Best frickin' turn 1 soul possible. Well... Actually, probably the vehicle reduced 2 and then dropping it on energy turn 4. Well, that was luck. I had nothing better to do with my energy there. I'm willing to stall out, so I don't need to face bash. If I can capitalize on that 2 energy, I'm gonna. And it did pump out 1 extra damage for me, and if it gets off again, it will net 2 extra damage, so. Pretty lucky though, that's the only teaching that costs only 1 energy, so. At least I think. Oh, he stunned me. Which, to be fair, great play on his part in case I had nothing for energy turn 4. Turns out I do though, and it's a great counter to whatever he's about to play, because he drops like a tank, for example. I can just suicide right into that, instantly kills it, and actually, now that I remember this game, I think he's about to quit. Yeah, that's why it got stuck here. Yep. So what was I gonna do? Suicide that, he'd still be alive at 3, face bash, jewel. I guess I'll just, that's the button. Moving on up to the next Vulkan. Sad smile. I think it's called a frown.
Behold, the flames of rebirth. So comes the moment.
Ooh, getting to go first. Love it. Means I can kill this off and protect this. Though it's probably not going to be very much use to me. It's a great troop, but it's very hard to pop off a sacrifice early game. So you almost have to just play it and then let it be until they drop something with 4 attack. And otherwise try to control their whole board. Or, if they do that, that was a mistake. Here's why. Now I can suicide, deal 2 damage, and destroy your troop, bypass... it's a win-win-win. I would have well, you know, maybe not necessarily a mistake. It does goad me into using it then. But I'm absolutely going to capitalize on it. But, trade-offs. Cool. Yeah, I think it's Jewel time. Jewel. If you're gonna run a meme like this, you just gotta use it as soon as possible. Boom. Energy 3. Already coming in handy. Very good, very good. What to do about this? Probably a 5-er. Just get the energy out as max as possible, face bash into that, get it closer to death. What can he do about this? He could face bash it. Or you can drop another. And heal one. Now let's think about why that heal might not be so useful. Well, yeah, well, luckily he hits me. If he had hit this, I'd be screwed. He hit me twice. Oof, that bad luck. Because it means I totally can and will kill that. But why heal it 1 if my net total equaled out there? Let's say it was left at 5. What, I need to Goldstone Hunter plus face bash into it? I mean, it does slightly increase its chances, but... Ah, I suspect you're going to die instantly. Yeah, it's a delightful combo, those two. Face bash? Face bash, ooh. That wall, getting its value. It did 4 damage to him, 4 damage over there, and 4 damage to him again. Got 12 damage out. Gotta love front lines. Alrighty, okay. Bash into this, and that way you have 3 targets you can potentially kill. Well, 1 has survivor. Which way is it gonna go? Boom. I would have liked it to have hit me, but yeah. So the Reckoning, in case you don't know, if you are reduced to less than, man, how much that was? -1 cost. -1 cost. See? Look at this jewel. If you're reduced to Survivor, this costs 1, and then it gives you Survivor 3 and +1 attack, and then, or to 3 attack, and then from that point on it just keeps giving you Survivor 3 every time your Survivor is popped. Oh, look at all this, what's been happening? He's been killing that troop. That does nothing. Alrighty. I do have a big hammer, but we can do 4 damage there. We can do 2 damage to both. And because that dies, this reprocs, I face bash into the right side, putting it at Survivor 2, which allows me to pop off again, killing that, giving him an action again. I can then drop something for 4 energy and face bash because, you know, why not? Hi!
But not here.
See, still haven't really even used Wrath. Just hasn't been necessary. There's some good quality Astarte beatdowns and a little Jewel of Ultramar for the spice of life. Here's another Sol. I don't know why there's so many Sols. Hopefully this one doesn't quit on energy turn 4.
For honor!
Tactical brilliance on turn 1. Yikes. So, I've learned something valuable. These suckers can give +1/+1 to themselves. You have to kill them. You just have to kill them. Every turn you don't kill them, if the enemy's on his ball, he's just gonna buff it, and buff it, and buff it, and you're gonna be sad. So I'm even skipping the energy consumption, because if I don't face bash it, and he buffs it to a 3-3 at the time, or a 4-3, and kills this off, I won't be able to kill it. Now at least if he buffs himself, I can still do something about it. Well, he probably should not have played the draw and should have killed that, but I don't know. So he can definitely get rid of that. I predict 3 damage, draw 2 cards. Yeah. These are the thoughts that are actually going through my head at that time. I don't have time to do the live recording. Man. It's hard. It's differently paced. Yep, Jewel of Ultramar. Let's get it. And bash. Ooh, this is looking good for Emperor's Wrath. It's looking good. Perfect. A turn where I have no board state, he goes minimal board state. Okay, cute. Bash it, drop the 6. No! Drop the 2-1. Yeah, that's better. Here's why. Neither of these two, again, require energy. I have this beautiful energy turn 7 play that I want to have available in case he drops some kind of 8-8. So, I want to protect this. So I see a front line and a war room coming out. So since I can kill that with double attack anyway, and the most I could kill is 1 target anyway, booyah. So now this is safe to try to proc off a board wipe. Rude. Rude. So that'll go into that. He'll go that into that, and he's gonna face bash me for the 5? Okay. I might have gone for the 2-1 troop, because, I don't know. Actually, it doesn't really matter either way. I'm taking 5 overall. Might as well get it off for certain. That's probably the better play. Ooh, look at this. 1 energy war room to get it out for 7 on energy turn 8. What a series of events. So, who'd we get out? Sadly, even though I've gotten off a Jewel of Ultramar, I got out a 4 energy, a 3 energy, and there is a 5 energy out here. And he's gonna bash right into that. So he insta-killed the front line, did he? Why? Let's think about this. He could have insta-killed this and done the exact same damage scenario into the 2-4 front line. His troop would still be alive? Does that make sense to you? Whatever. Oh, there goes my insta-kill. Kablamo. And face bash. Okay, Sonny. I can face bash and Emperor's Wrath. I could just play some troops from my hand. Let's go for a second Emperor's Wrath. Let's roll those dice. Ooh. 5 energy, 5 energy. Double Jewel. Did I play 2 this game? Jesus. When did I miss that? Again, he's going for the front line. Although in that case it is a 4-5, so that's probably the highest value there. I will bash you, then I'll bash that into that to heal both of you. And now I have all these nice reduced troops. So I'm gonna drop 1. We're gonna go for the greed. I think I've got it. I predict the Blamo. Alright, let's see some ranked matches. Starting off with Vulkan v Vulkan. Last Vulkan match of our episode. So much Vulkan. Too high, too high, too high. I'm fishing for 3s.
Behold, the flames of rebirth.
As energy turn 3 is the sure awkward one, because if I play my troop and he doesn't kill it outright, then I got nothing going on. So I'm hoping he's going to double bash this, and then I'll just play another 2-1. Cool. I almost ran this, but I felt it was unnecessary. I always want to use my Warlord power turn 1. I don't want to get this with Wrath. Perfect. Capitalize on that energy as much as possible. So now he's realizing, oh, maybe if I leave that out, he won't be able to reproduce it. But I mean, he had to kill it, because otherwise I could double tap his 2, and then he wouldn't get his buff, so. Hey, thankfully I do have an energy for... Alright, I'll just hold off. I'm going for a long con here. I don't need to face bash away unless it's the right enemy warlord. Frankly, yeah. Why not this 5 option? Again, there's this scenario where I'm not gonna have the energy available. I don't have anything energy for. So why this one over this one? This will, you know, heal this guy and myself. And I knew he was gonna be at least somewhat hurt based on my last turn. Yeah, bash into that. Boom, get off the heal. He gets up to full. I see that the curve is still, you know, able to strike on point. I can play this for 6, this for 7. So maybe energy turn 8 I'll drop him. But then 9... Oh, come on, I just healed that. Rude. Can't quite pop anything off with that. But we will drop the 7. And we will hit you for 6. I can't ignore that scenario. And I'm just going to leave that. Because I don't want to bash it, him bash me back, and then play his Warlord power. I see he's got this 3 energy. Oh, well, he's going to use it anyway. God, those die every single time. And they have to. They have to kill it. Well, now you're going to die, I think. Because now you have the control to remove it off your board anyway, so why give you the option? No? Well, apparently I don't care. Okay. Wow, greedy. Yep. Looks familiar. Cough, cough, cough. And the 2 energy will still be useful. Bash away. Hit it for 2, face bash. Bash. I'm not afraid to bash with these guys. I could leave them back and let them purely do their energy job, but I have all this in my hand I need to play. I don't need to dump all my energy into here. Let's just get all the value I can get out of it as quickly as possible. Shoot off, get the last hits for the last, and if you run out of energy, face bash. That was the mistake. That right there. I wasn't supposed to attack that. Why would I attack that? I forgot I had the mallet. My thinking was I was gonna get that into survivor mode and then start popping off this. What I should have done, I should have just gone straight for this with him and then done a similar combo over here. Then he'd have a 2-1 instead of this 3-3 survivor 3. There's really no reason for me to... That was a misplay. I done messed up. Good news is, not gonna make too big a difference. He could hit the drop pod. What will it matter? 4, 3, and 3. How on? Oh, you know, I never got a jewel off this game, so Dawnbringer into that. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go straight center. Risky. Yeah. I could have bashed with this over here, but then it would put it to 3, and I want him to, even after the heal. He can bash into my 2-4, that's cool. And face bash? Yeah. So now he's not with a chance of dead, he's necessarily alive for 2. Alrighty. If we bash into that, we get a double KO. Yay. Then I can suicide this into the enemy warlord, killing this. So long, survivor. Or frontline, because I want this guy to be protected. And why not? Let's get it off twice. Is my health lower? Yes. Am I worried? No. Because I do run about 4 frontline. Alrighty. Now I should hit the middle. That kills that instantly. Cleaves that. Could I have won this turn? 11, 4, 8, 11, 4. He'd be at 1 health. Unless I'm missing something. Want to make sure I didn't overlook that. Sometimes you play too quick. Oh, look. Big baddie. Just wanted that to make sure I got that 8 down. Bash away. Kills the troop, and then I'll probably face bash for the finish. Yep. Vulkan's Wrath. He's an angry guy. He's the new Angron. Alright. Ooh, I was worried about this. I think we're gonna see a big misplay, and it's not me.
Behold,
maybe
the
not.
flames of rebirth.
But, to be fair, dropping lots and lots and lots of troops that are just beefy is a great way to mess up Shapura, because then you're just face bashing the shield away, and then going at him. That was a big mistake. I mean, yeah, he had the 2 energy to do it, but it cost 1. On energy turn that now I have 2 out. Alternatively, I would have had, what, a teaching play? And then not be able to, I wouldn't have gone that way. I would have saved that for something in the future, like that. That. So. And this is Shapura. I need to kill him. I need to kill him. Whenever I can get damage off, I'm gonna do it. It sucks, but he's gonna constantly shield. And I just have to suck it up. Yeah, okay. So, this deck does not run any kind of board damage other than, luckily I drew this. So, I need to protect him. Super bad, so that way I can get off the sacrifice. Hence, we got a front line here. That way, next turn, that's gonna die, and that's gonna die, that's gonna die, and that'll be weak. He's just popping off these draws. So, sure. Ready for the misplay? He needs to suicide this into the 3-1. If he suicided this into the 3-1, I wouldn't be able to get off board damage, because it'd be a 3-3, he'd be survived. Instead, this dies anyway, and I kill his troop generator. So, well, that's a misplay, folks. Whoop. I really need another front line. Well, okay. I can live with that. Bash. Yep, just gotta bash him as much as I can. Yeah, we'll just throw something big and scary down. So now he's definitely pressured to put up the shield. Ah, he got it that time. I think I'm gonna lose a bunch of stuff. Yep. That's a misplay. Remember folks, Survivor trumps First Strike, so it doesn't count as being dead, therefore you don't get off the free damage. If it was Terror, and the attack numbers were right, he'd be fine. But instead now I have this. Oh. Hi. What would I have done? Probably face bashed him for the 6, and face bash for 2. Leave that there so he's denied a draw option. And then played some cards from my hand. So, couple of mistakes. Hi Chris, you comment on my videos. So, let's take a look. He just recently got this Sanguinius. And
Behold, the flames of rebirth.
I assume has been having some good success with it. This is a big problem for me. I feel like something in this deck, I need a little bit of either the 2 damage tactic or a board wipe or anything, because I can't do anything about precog. It's a big flaw with this meme, other than board wipe 2 damage.
Brought you the gift of battle.
I do have a troop that can target 4 damage, so there's a couple troops that can you know, do something about it, but you gotta draw them, and as you can see, I don't have them. Well, yeah, if I can use this to deny that without this dying, that's a great use for him. No, that's the worst thing I could have gotten. So, I thought face bashing into that would be a good idea. Turns out I'm just fueling that. It actually would have been better for me to let him bash away with that. Take an extra 2 damage. Wasn't necessarily a misplay. I mean, my thought going into that was worrying about him getting like a +1/+1 buff to all, and if I'm going to have to take 2 hits from it, I might as well take it the initiative while it's still weaker. But I do have to remember that, you know, Requiem is actually a thing, so. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Oh, it's Ultramar time. If you're not popping Ultramar, you got no balls.
My foresight failed.
And, same shtick. I didn't learn my lesson last time, let's do it again. I'm not playing counterattack because he does have a 3 attack option. Although now it means that he'll bash into that and then hit me for 4. I suppose if I had done this, he would have been obligated to hit into that and then hit me for 2, which would have saved me 2 life overall. Might have actually been a better play there. Either way, didn't use it. Gonna save it for after some of my fancy tactics if I have any wisdom to me. Ah! Got this out 1 turn early. So that's cool. That's scary. Yeah, Sanguinius with Spear. Into this. Alright, he's definitely been holding me over a barrel this whole time. I'm feeling really low. This is about to change the game. Dawnbringer, nice. I can finally deal with... That's another solution to precog. Cleave. I'm doing the heal, so that way he survives with 1 before proccing Survivor. It's much better to be 1 with Survivor 3 than no Survivor with 4 health. That's strictly better. Yep, you can still pop off those gold stones. Oh, he finally went away. That I'm surprised about. Although, I understood it. And I'm sorry, Chris, this is your best play here. You could have thrown the 5 into the 6/5, but you got greedy. And I'm not sure what you could have had in hand that would make you so greedy. But I am absolutely taking out your troop instead of hitting you. Because you did put me pretty close, you know. Then I got this nice 8/8. Oof. So if he had any troops, that sure would have put me in a dangerous spot. But he already has Bloodthirst, so that's just double Bloodthirst. And at this point, he's going out like a boss. GG, Chris. Of the Mount. Alrighty, time to get mad. I hate you, Conrad. Hate you. But the meme train had to come to an end. After, what was that? 4 practice, 3 competitive wins in a row.
I did know.
And that sucks. I don't like that. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Let's see if I can spot where maybe I had gone wrong. That's great. Sooner I can play that, the better. Honestly, maybe the mistake was popping off Ultramar early. Maybe what I should have been going for was just as much rapid board state as possible to try to kill him ASAP. It's just hard not to go Ultramar early, because it's going to affect every future draw, so the later you play it, the worse it is. So, I do play it. And I'm going for those bashes, because Conrad. I hate you. I do have a lot of options. I keep seeing more. Pyroclast can get rid of them. Vulkar squads can get rid of them. 2 damage all board wipe can get rid of them. Cleave 2 can get rid of them. That's at least 4 different options. And that's 7 cards total. So I needed to make sure that this didn't kill this. And to do that, I needed this here. I think this might actually be a misplay. Yeah, he lowers this attack and kind of forgets that this is here. He could have lowered this attack twice and then bashed it off and not taken any damage. Now what's he going to do about this? So I have an iron time to strike. And that's how I chose it. Yeah, I figured let's get the thing with the biggest, baddest attack so that way he can't terrorize it. Hopefully he doesn't have an insta-destroy. No, he has instrument instead. Oh god. I hate you. I hate you, Zulane. Sincerely though, great win by this fellow. He's playing Conrad to a T. Like a jerk. Okay, I think I'm tired of that. No? Well, this can solve it, but... Going for the double play. And you were energy reduced, and you were energy reduced. So... Rough. Eight-7 into the 4-6. Get that Survivor 2 going. What am I hoping for? Why didn't I just play Wrath? Yeah, I'm going with that because I know he's about to go stealth, and if he keeps this on the board, I'll be able to knock it out with adjacency damage. And yeah, we have a lot of hurt things on the board. Great time to play the 1 heal. There it is. And sadly, this guy is wise enough to suicide into something. Yep. Okay. He can do 4 damage to a troop to get his thing. So, what am I thinking? Let's buff this guy up to 5. So now, he's got to get through 9 or 7 or 7 total. He's not in a position to do that from what I can see. Unless he does something like that. Okay. I don't want to take the 5 damage. I don't want him to get into the 4 range if I don't have to. Yeah, he could throw this into that and then pop it off. This is bullshit. Kudos, my man, but I hate you so much. Yeah, let me just have my 4 cleave 2 sneak attack bloodthirst. If I was boss Vulkan, this wouldn't have happened. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, let's just show off the card. But I think I'm dead. There it is. Dead. Alternatively, I think he could have hit me. Yeah, it doesn't. Good game, buddy. Anyway, so that's Vulkan's Wrath. It's pretty fun. I'm gonna have some more fun with this. If you like this, like it. If you want to see more like it, subscribe. Share this with your friends, and of course, Farmer Toast loves you. Thanks for watching.